Let's take a look at zooming on a TI-82 calculator. And our first one we'll look at is y is equal to x squared minus 5x plus 6. Now this is assuming that you know how to graph. So we'll press y equals, clear, and then I'll put in my x key, and then the x squared minus 5x plus 6. Now let's just graph like normal. See what it looks like. Looks like this, and I can see it goes down a little bit below the x-axis and goes back up, but I can't really tell too much about what's going on there. If I press zoom, first one we're going to look at is zoom in. So you can down arrow to it and press enter on it, or you can just press the numbers in front of it to 2. Now it'll be in zoom in mode now, so it doesn't feel like it's done anything. It's waiting for us to move the cursor over close to the one we're trying to find. And you see my cursor's moving over to the right as I press the right arrow key. If I do an up arrow, you see it's a little flashing plus. Move it down, let's say right there. Now it'll zoom in now based upon where we just put our cursor at. So press enter one time, and it'll zoom in on that. Now you want to make sure when you press, then we can see it a little bit better. You want to make sure when you press enter, you wait till it comes back before you do anything else. For example, let me press enter once, and I'll press it again before it comes back. So press enter, and then enter again. This goes off to Never Never Land. See those 4 little dots going back and forth? It's never going to come back. You can sit here and wait till the batteries die, and it won't come back. But if you press enter one more time, then it'll take it out of that. So again, you have to be patient. This is especially true on some of the older calculators. Now, maybe this allows me to see better what's going on. To set it back to the standard viewing window, you do zoom, and you want to choose Z standard. So I'm just going to press the 6 that's in front of it. And that sets it back to your standard viewing window. That's zoom in. Well, if I do zoom, Z box, our first one's very nice. If I choose that, so I'll press enter on it. Now it's waiting for me to put my cursor in the upper left-hand corner of the box I want to draw. So I'm going to do an up arrow a few times, do a left arrow. And if you're doing this at home, try putting your cursor somewhere about right there. You press enter one time, it changes from a flashing plus to a flashing box. And now if I do my down arrow, and you don't have to keep pressing it over and over, you can hold it. See, like if I press this, if I just hold it, it'll go over. And you're drawing a box. Now this is just going to zoom in on just what's inside the box. So once you get it to where you want, and you can use your arrow keys to, change this to however big or however small you want. Once you get it to where you want, then you press enter, and it'll zoom in on just what you put the box around. Very nice feature, because you're zooming in on exactly what you want to zoom in on. Zoom in, zoom out are kind of iffy. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. Well, again, set it back to where I was. I do zoom and choose 6 for Z standard. Okay, let's look at zoom out. So I choose zoom. Actually, I'm lying to you. I'll go back to y equals. I want to choose this other one here for zoom out. So y equals clear. Then I'm going to put in x squared minus 400. And press graph. Now, I don't see it anywhere on my graph, but if I do a zoom and choose zoom out, so I choose 3. Now it's waiting for me to put my cursor where I want to zoom out at, and this is fine right here, so I'll go ahead and just press enter. Then you can see more of this. Now it's still in zoom out mode, so each time I press enter, it'll zoom out by another factor. But I can switch to a different zoom. Like now, if I see these, I can choose zoom, choose Z box, and I move my cursor over to the left and a little bit up, maybe about right there. Press enter one time, do a down arrow, and then I'm going to hold down my right arrow key, and I'm drawing a box around a portion of the graph where I can see both x-intercepts. So I'm right there, and then if I press enter, then it allows me to see that. And again, to set it back to your standard viewing window, you do zoom and choose 6. Okay, the last thing I want to show you is the window settings. If I go to window, this is where you can manually put the numbers in. Like this is going from -10 to 10 by ones. The X scale is the tick marks you see on there. So if I want to go from -20 to +20 and have it go by fives, then if I press graph, this far left tick mark is -20, this far right tick mark is +20, and goes by fives. So -20, -15, -10, -5, 0, so forth. Now occasionally you go to window, like I click window, and you'll screw this up. Instead of putting -20 there, you put 30. So your X min is larger than your X max, which shouldn't be. If I press graph, you'll get an error window range. If I press enter on quit, again, how you can fix any zooming problem, any window setting problems, is you go to zoom, and then you choose 6 for Z standard. And that'll set you back to your standard viewing window. And that's zooming on a TI-82.